Thank Hashem that we're able to learn every morning. It's we're learning Shabbat the Beis Hamikdash immediately. Should be your first Shleimah, Yechiel Nassim ben Sarah, Aaron David Alevi ben Menucha de Lester, Bram Rafal ben Sarah, Asher Anshel Halevi ben Miriam Adel, and Sarah Basnuni. Okay, we're going to start on Yud Beis Amud Beis by Tanya. It's is that 8 lines from the top, 7 lines from the top. That's what we're holding, right?
Yeah.
Tanya, Rabbi Yossi says, woe to those creations that they look, they see, but they don't even know what they're seeing. Okay. Goes like this. They're standing, but they don't know on what they're standing. What's the earth standing on? Alamudim, standing on pillars. Shenemar hamargiz eretz mimkaima, v'amudeh yispalotzon. He shakes the earth from its place, and its pillars he makes tremble. Sounds like the Yiddish plots. So amudim alamayim, the pillars stand on water. Shnemalor kartz alamayim. He spreads out the earth over the waters. Mayim alaharim, the water is over the mountains. Shenema al harim yam mayim. On the mountains, al harim, on the mountains yam mayim. He puts the water. He stands the water. Sounds like the mid-ocean ridge. You know, the mountains that go around it. Harim baruach, and the mountains are on top of wind. There's some vents or something. Shneimar kinei yotzer harim u'vayri ruach. He forms the mountains and he creates the wind. Ruach besara, and the wind is over a storm. Shneimar ruach sarai sedvari. Yeah, I would. If I'm allowed to translate this in science, it would be the convection currents in the mantle. No, the scientists believe that in the center of the earth is currents that are causing things to move around. Yeah. Sarah and where does it say that? The stormy wind does as well. Sarah tliya b'zrei shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and the storm is dependent on the arm of Hashem. Yeah. There's a missing piece over here, at least on the side. It adds in a whole other piece, which is the strength of Hashem. No, it's not adding in a piece. It's a commentary. That the strength, everything is dependent on Hashem. Did I skip the pasuk? Shneimar mitachas ro'ei. Underneath are the arms of the world. So underneath everything is the arms of Hashem. Of course, that's anthropomorphic. That the earth is standing on 12 pillars. He sets up the borders of the nations. Lemispar b'nei Yisrael, to the amount of the Jewish people, which are 12. Some say that there are 7 pillars. That he hews the pillars 7. Okay. Rabbi Elazar ben Shmuel Imar al Amud Echad. It's really on one pillar. V'tzadik Shmai is called Tzadik. Shneimar v'tzadik yisay dolam. Tzadik is the foundation of the world. Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember in Makkas. There was a Gemara in Makkas that says that there's 600 mitzvahs in the Torah. Came along this one and brought it down to 15. David, and this one brought it down to 3, and this one came and brought it down to 1. What is that? 1. The tzaddik b'manaseh yecheh. Tzaddik lives by his faith. That was the. It would be interesting if that would be Rabbi Elazar ben Shmuel. I don't remember who was the author. That would be interesting. Rabbi Elazar ben Shmuel is a
Habakkuk, sorry.
Habakkuk. Yeah, but who was the one that was quoting that in the Gemara? Who was the Tana that was saying that? He's a student of Rabbi Akiva here. Amar Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda says, Shnei Rekiyanein. There's two firmaments, two skies. Behold, Hashem your God is the heavens, and the heavens are the heavens. Okay, there's two. Rish Lakish Amar Shiva. Rish Lakish says there's seven. Yeah. I heard a share on this once from Rabbi Ginsburg, and I have nothing to say over. It was such a Kabbalistic share. Anyway, you'll see what's going on. You'll see. I have nothing to tell you from it. But he made a big deal about this first one. The Elohim, these are Vilon. Vilon is the first one. Vilon is a curtain. Rakia, the firmament. Shchakim is another type of heaven. Zvul is like an abode. Ma'on is also an abode. Machon and Aravis. Okay, all of them mean like an abode, a dwelling, something.
In Hasidus, they say that there's 4 or 5 worlds. Heavens.
Yeah.
Worlds,
Yeah.
7. Oh, and obviously in Gemara, it's 7.
There's 7 Rakim. It's not.
Oh yeah, it mentions that there's 7 Rakim.
There's
Yonathan's trying to reconcile the 4 worlds with the 7 heavens. It's not going to fit perfectly. Okay, so what is Vilon? The first one. It says, it doesn't serve anything. It comes in the morning, it goes in the evening. And every day it renews the act of creation. He spreads out like a curtain the heavens, and he stretches them like a tent to dwell. And the curtain is the Vilon. Kadaik was the Vilon. Rakia, it's the second one. In this, the sun and the moon and the stars and the constellations are all set. It says that Hashem put them in the Rakia. That's Rakia. Shchakim. Shchakim sounds like it's also to grind, is also to sheichik, right? It's to grind. So, yeah, with a sin.
Yeah, it's with the sin.
With the
So
sin.
We say shofak. We don't say schakim, but the shorsh. It's hard work.
So over there is a mill that's standing, and it grinds the mun for the tzaddikim. He commands this the shchakim from above, and opens the gates of heaven. And he rains down on the mun to eat. So that's where the mun is ground up. Zvul. What is Zvul? Zvul means an abode, or Shabbat Yerushalayim u'Beis Hamikdash u'Mizbeach Bani. Over there is Yerushalayim and the Beis Hamikdash, and the Mizbeach is all built. Michal Sar Gadol Omer L'Makrav of Karban. The sacrifices are being brought by Michal, the angel. Shenemar Bana Benisi Beis Volach M'chein L'Shift Chayilamim. I have built for you the Shlomo Melech. Says when he at the inauguration of the temple, I built for you a house of Zvul, a dwelling place for you forever. Minolam Dikri Shemayim. How do you know that it's called one of the heavens? Diksiv Habeit Mishamayim Ure'ei Mizvul Kodesh Chavati Partecha. Because there's a verse that says, "Look down from heaven and see from your abode, from your Zvul, your holy Zvul, and from your glory. You should look down." It means that it's in the heavens. Ma'ain. Shabaikitis, the mine is also an abode. Shabaikitis shel malachi ashari shem shira balaylas v'choshes bayom mikvoidin shel Yisrael. This heaven, we're up to number 5. It sounds like we're starting from the bottom up. That was my assumption learning this. This is over here. You have the angels that they're saying song to Hashem. They're going up towards God. So So here we have the groups of angels that are singing by night and they're quiet by day. Yeah, this would be a difficult neighbor. Shenema, as it says, Yemam Yitzava Hashem Chasta, Yubalayla Shirimi. By day he commands his kindness, and at night he sings with me. Okay. There's some parenthetical statements here. They're very important, but they're not like directly connected to the heavens, to the list of heavens. We take a little pause over here at number 5. We say, well, Rish Lakish is the one that was saying this. We continue with the statement that's slightly associated with this, that we said the angels are singing at night and they're quiet by day. Why are they quiet by day? Because of the honor of the Jewish people. I guess so we could do ours, probably. Amar Rish Lakish. Rish Lakish says, Kalaisik Pater Balayla. Anyone that studies Torah by night, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Meishach Alav Chut Shal Chesed Bayom. Hashem draws on him kindness by day. Shenemar, a string of kindness. Shenemar Yomim Yitzav Hashem Chastei. By day, Hashem commands his kindness. Matam Yomim Yitzav Hashem Chastei. What's the reason that Hashem commands his kindness? Mishum Balayla Shirim. The end of the pasuk is the explanation, because he sings by night. That's why he gets and singing here is referring to studying Torah. He would sing. Ikadamri, those that say Rish Lakish Kalaisik Pater Bailam Azeh Shudaim Lalayla, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Meishach Alav Chut Shal Chesed Leilam Haba Shudaim Layom. Anyone that studies Torah in this world, which is compared to darkness, to night, Hashem draws on him a string of kindness in the world to come, which is similar to day. The same way of reading it. Because you sing with me, that's why at night, so that's why you have the kindness. Amar Ablevi. Anyone that interrupts their Torah study and they talk about sicha, they're involved in divrei sicha. Just sounds like just chatter. I don't know exactly what they're referring to. Probably anything else. They serve him coals of rasamim. I forget the word for that. Was that broomwood or something? What do they say over there in the English? Oh yeah.
Also broom tree.
Long burning rosamwood coals.
Rosamwood. Naftali says it gets very hot and people use it for charcoal. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like that they're going to make it really hot.
Coals made out of rosamwood are especially dangerous because long after they appear to be extinguished on the surface, they continue to burn within.
Oh, okay.
So it gives a different twist on it.
Right. Yeah, you hear what's happening? But according to Yosef, the commentary that he read, he stops from studying Torah. He's involved in divrei sicha. Maybe he goes back to Torah, but the point is that what he stopped in divrei sicha is still burning within. It doesn't like go away. It doesn't go away. It's like hangs around with you. That's what you see in some circles. What's bittul Torah? You stop from learning Torah. You have to learn 24/7. You have to learn Torah 24/7. I don't know if that's like, I don't know if everyone takes that serious or if everyone doesn't take that serious. But one of the interpretation of what's bittul Torah is that something that would disturb me when I'm going to learn. That means I have my set times for learning, and I don't learn the whole day. But those set times for learning are set. If I would do other things that would disturb me when I need to learn, whatever things that would disturb my mind and and all of that, that would be bittul Torah things. Yeah.
It goes on to push it further. It says rosamwood coals are a fitting punishment for this person. After it appeared that the fire of his evil inclination had been completely extinguished as he was engaged in his Torah study, the fire flared up again through his chatter and demonstrated that it was still burning actively. I mean,
Uh-huh.
Is all Rashi.
Yeah, Yosef, they're saying that you have to come here in person. They don't hear. Okay. It says Shenemar, as it says, Hakaitvim Maluach Alaisiach B'Sheirish Rusamim Lachmam. They collect Maluach is saltwort. It's these little plants that grow in the mangroves. These little small plants that they grow in these salty areas. Alaisiach is wormwood. B'Sheirish Rusamim Lachmam, the roots of Rusamim is their bread. Okay, so they eat this. Okay, now we go back to what we were talking about. We were holding at the fifth on Ma'on. How do you see that Ma'on is considered a heaven? Minol and Dikri Shemayim. How do you see that Ma'on is the heaven? It says clearly, look down from your holy Ma'on, from the heavens. Okay, now we're up to number 6, which is Machain Shabai Eitzris Sheleg, Vaitzis Barad, Balias Talalim Roim, Balias Agalim, B'Chadara Shel Sufa, V'Saro, Mara Shel Kitar. Machain. In Machain, in this 6th heaven, is the storage place of snow and hail. It's the attic of the bad talalim, or the bad dew, and it's the attic of drops, agalim, are like igleital, like the droplets, and it has the chamber of a storm, and it has the cave of smoke or mist, kitar. But also same eish. And the doors of this are fire. Hashem will open for you his good storage. Aha, good storage sounds like there's another one that maybe isn't. So that's why this is a proof. The Gemara asks, Hani barakias nu, Hani ba'aris nu. What are you saying? These are in the heaven. These are on earth. The Ksiv, as it's written, Halos Hashem min haaretz. Praise Hashem from the earth. Taninim, the sea monsters, V'chol ta'im, I saw the depth. Eish, Uvarad, Shalag, V'kitar. Fire, hail, snow, and smoke or mist. Ruach Zarei Sidvari. A storm wind that fulfills his word. So this is on the earth. It all says Halos Hashem min haaretz. Halos Hashem min haaretz. Praise Hashem from the earth. Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Rav. Rav Yehuda says, in the name of Rav, David Bikesh Aleim Rachamim V'Ridim La'aretz. This is because David davened, and he brought them down to the earth. Amar Lafanav Rabbeinu Shalom. He said, Hashem, Lo Kel Chafetz Reshata, Lo Yigorcha Ra. You're not a God that desires evil. There should be no evil in your together with you. Tzadik Hashem, la yorga b'magor chara. No evil should be with you. So he davened, and it comes down over here. These items. Minalan dikri shemayim. How do you know that machain is the heaven? It says ma'ain. We already said hashkifa ma'ain kachif. How do you know that machain? It says the ksivat the tishma shemayim machain shivtecha. And you listen, heaven. Machain shivtecha, the machain of your dwelling. Aravis, this is the last one. Shabai in Aravis is tzedek umishpat, tzedakah, there's justice and judgment and charity. Ginzei chayim, ginzei shalom. A storage of life, storage of peace, ginzei bracha, a storage of blessing. Neshmasan shel tzadikim, the souls of the righteous, v'ruchas and neshamas, and the spirits and souls, Shasad Baris, that will come in the future, be created. Vital Shasad HaKadosh Baruch Hu Lachis B'Mesim, and also the dew that Hashem will use to revive the dead. All of this is in this highest heaven. Tzedek Mishpat, where do you see that there's tzedek, justice and judgment? The Ksiv, written in the pasuk. Tzedek Mishpat Machain Kesecha. Justice and judgment is the place of your chair, and the chair apparently is in Hashem's throne, is in Aravis. Tzedakah, where do you see that tzedakah comes from Aravis? That he puts on tzedakah like armor. Okay, so because he's putting it on, that must mean that it's right by Hashem.
So this has nothing to do with Atzilus or anything.
I don't know how to make it fit in. Yeah, sometimes you have to study two things and they don't always yeah, that's complicated. I would like for everything to fit perfectly. Daniel, Jonathan is asking if this fits with Atzilus or something. I said I don't know how to match things up. Yeah. Okay. Maybe Chaim knows. If you have any comments, share it. Ginzei Chaim, the storage of life. Tiksiv Kimcha Mekar Chaim, because with you is the source of life. Ginzei Shalom, Tiksiv Yikrei Hashem Shalom. Call to him Hashem Shalom. Ginzei Bracha, the storage of peace. Tiksiv Yisa Bracha Meis Hashem. Receive tzedakah from Hashem. How do you see the souls of tzaddikim are there? The soul of my master is bound with the bond of life with Hashem, Hashem your God. Ruchas and Hashem is Shasad Baris. Where do you see that these are also there together with Hashem, the souls that will be created in the future? Because the spirits before me fly. Yatif means wrap. Yatif means wrap, and the souls I made. Yeah. Tal shasad lahasad hakadosh baruch hu lachis es amesim. They collected it. They took all the things from Tanya. So in the dew that Hashem uses to revive the dead, the Ksiv Geshem Nedavis, a generous rain, Tanya Felikim will pour, Hashem will pour down, Nachlasa, and your inheritance, vanilla, was weary, Ata Kinanta, you set it up, Shamay, okay, you established it. Shamay Fanim, Visrafim, V'chayas HaKodesh, Malachi Asharis, V'kisi HaKavod, Umelech Kel Chai V'kayam, Ram Venisa Sheikhan Aleim. And over there you have all these angels, and the throne of Hashem is dwelling upon them. And Hashem, and the throne is there in Aravis. I thought we said before, where was the throne of Hashem? Yeah, we said exactly this. We said the throne of Hashem is in Aravis. In Chassidus, the throne of Hashem is in the world of Bria, Elamakise. That's why we sit for Shema, that section of Shema, from Yetzer over Cheshach. We sit till Shemana Esrei. That's considered Olam HaKisei. That's the sitting.
Interesting.
That's
Because I've been listening. What's going on? I mean, obviously all these places. I mean, what are we supposed to be learning from this?
It's also the
I mean, it's not an anatomy textbook. Of this. There's got to be a message.
Shenemar.
Rabbi, does Arabos come from the word arvus, like sweetness? Or
I don't know.
what
I don't know. Is it like Arava, Ba'aravo, Bayam, like a plane of some sort?
I think it all started from like different subjects that you couldn't teach.
Right. No, we got into this
Yeah.
because it was saying what you weren't allowed to teach. You're like, oh, what are you not allowed to teach? Well, we're not allowed to teach this. And we follow? This is what we're learning. This is what we're not allowed to teach.
Like things that I think so like you can't even study yourself.
Right.
Like
Right. Reb Smalai said the first one in Makkas, and was he the one that continued it? Oh, it's Reb Smalai. Okay. Oh well. Yeah. I have to look up where Reb Smalai was. I don't know where he It's amazing though that such a 613 mitzvahs in the Torah only has one source in all of Chazal. That's what it seems. This one Reb Smalai, the 600. Besides for that, how many mitzvahs are there? Well, everything that's mitzvahs details. And everyone agrees to it, yeah. Except for I think someone said that
Everybody agrees that there are 613.
the problem is that no one agrees about what the 613 are.
Yeah, that's just.
There are those that claim that the 613 like rules of what mitzvahs are. It's like an atomic theory of 613. And then anyway, whatever. Okay. Shenemar Seilu extol L'Reichev Barabbas, who rides on the Arabbas. His name is Minolan de Krishamayim. How do you know that Arabbas is called heaven? Well, over here we have Gzeir Shava Asya Rechiva Rechiva. We learn. It says here riding. Over there it says riding. Ksiv Hachas Seilu L'Reichev Barabbas. There it says extol, the one that rides on the heavens. Ksiv Hasam Reichev Shemayim Bezrecha. Rides on the heavens is your help. Okay. And there's darkness and clouds and darkness surrounds him. Darkness is hiding place. Around him is a sukkah. The darkness of the water, and the thickness of the clouds. Is there darkness in heaven? He reveals, it's quoting Daniel, he reveals the depths and the hidden. He knows what's in the darkness, and light dwells with him. It's not the right, we got it wrong. It says no, like Kasha. There's no question. It depends on the outer houses, the outer rooms, or the inner rooms. The inner rooms, inner chambers are light, and the outer ones are darkness. I bet you could learn it differently, but okay. Rav Acha Bar Yaakov says, we have one more heaven. Forgot to talk about. It's above the heads of these angels called Chayas. It says, there's a form on top of the heads of the Chaya, of the angels. It's a firmament which is like a awesome ice. Until here you have permission to talk about. You can't talk about anything after this. Because it was written in the book of Ben Sira. Yeah.
What is that?
The book of Ben Sira. No, Ben Sira. There's a very interesting Gemara in Sanhedrin. It says that all of Israel has a share in the world to come, except for something, this and that. It says, well, what are those something? It says, well, anyone that reads the book of Ben Sira goes into the category of those that don't have a share in the world to come. And Rashi says, well, it's Bittul Torah, it's not part of the Torah. So anyway,
we talked about how there are two books.
Yeah, that could resolve the contradiction, because the Gemara always quotes it. There's an Alpha Beta or something of Ben Sira, Alpha Beta, and then there's also the Chachma Mishlei Ben Sira, I think it's called. Yeah. The interesting thing with Ben Sira was that we knew that it always existed, and I think we had Greek translations of it. And then Solomon Schechter found it in the Cairo Geniza in Hebrew. That was like one of the big chidushim of us, that they found an original Sefer Ben Sira. Well, he's according to one version, he's the son of Yirmiyahu Hanavi. Yeah. There's this medrash that Yirmiyahu was in a bath and there were some homosexuals there, and they forced him to emit the seed into the bath. A woman came in, she got pregnant just from that. In Saber Ba'ambati, Ben Sira is the child. He's born. He's this big chacham. He's Yirmiyahu Hanavi's son. They'd have to do DNA, of course. but then we have the Ben Sira. That's the book. Now, And then I think in the Dead Sea Scrolls, I think they found another version or another. It goes back. See, the Dead Sea Scrolls gives us back another, 1,000 years probably to the Cairo Knesset or more. Maybe. Okay. What does it say there? It says, "B'mufla machal tidrish." What's beyond you, don't seek. B'mechusam machal tachkar. What's concealed from you, don't examine. Masher sheisa spainin. Just what you're permitted, you should think about. Ein l'chaisek ben astaris. You have no work with secrets, with things that. Okay, it's good advice. Sounds good. Tanya Amar Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai says, "Matshuva hishifti baskal laisei Russia." B'shasha Amar. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai says, "What answer did the Baskal say to the wicked man?" It's referring to Nebuchadnezzar when he said the following. He says, "El al b'masayav adam elyon." I'm going to go up to the thick clouds, and I'm going to be comparable to God. Yatsa Baskal v'amra.
So it's not Adam.
Adama, I think. Yatsa Baskal. Well, the heavenly voice came out and says to him like this: Russia ben Benishal Nimrida Russia. Wicked, son of wicked. They really know how to curse. Grandson of Nimrod, Shehimrid Kalaylam Kulayalav b'Malchusay, that he caused everyone to rebel in his kingdom. How long does the person live anyway? 70 years. The strong ones are 80 years. Well, let's take a look. Let's do the math. Just to get to the first rakia is 500-year distance. Yeah, I assume it means walk, not light years, right? 500-year walk. And just to get to the next, the thickness of the rakia is another 500 years. To get in between each rakia is another 500 years. And ragli achayas keneged kulam. Above them is the angels. Just the feet of the angels are comparable to everything that's below it. And karsule achayas keneged kulam, and the ankles. And then the shuke achayas keneged kulam. Then there's the shins, and rechuve achayas keneged kulam. Then there's the knees, and then the yarche achayas keneged kulam. Then there's the thighs, and gufi achayas keneged. Then there's the bodies. Savari achayas keneged kulam. Then there's the necks, and rashi achayas keneged kulam. Then there's the heads that correspond. It's greater than everything that's below it. Karni achayas keneged kulam. The horns. The mailamem kisia covered, and above them is the throne. Ragli kisia covered keneged kulam. Just the feet of the kisia covered correspond to everything that's below it. And kisia covered keneged kulam. The throne itself is great as everything that was below it. Melech al chai v'kaim ramanis sheikhan alayim. And then on top of that is God, the living God. He's dwelling on top. And you think you're going to go up and be comparable to God?
This sounds like Adam Kadmon.
Oh, maybe. Achel shol tered el yarkasei bar. Send you down to the depths of the pit.
Yeah. Why did you change and say not light years? So with light years, it's phenomenal.
Right, because I think he was trying to tell Nebuchadnezzar, the Baskal was telling Nebuchadnezzar, that you can only live 70 years. You're not going to make it to the first heaven, which is going to take. Nebuchadnezzar wasn't light. Nebuchadnezzar was going to walk, I assume. Oh, yeah, okay. No, but I thought he was using the same sort of travel, Anyway. Yeah.
Now back to the schedule.
Not exactly. The labor merkava b'yachid. The Mishnah says that you can't study the Meiser merkava with one person. Tani Reb Chia. Reb Chia taught Afal Meiser Rashi Prakim, but you can give headings, topics. You can let them look at the syllabus. Amar Reb Zera says, "Ein Meiser Rashi Prakim, Elala Av Bezdin, Elakol Mishli B'Doig B'Kirbei." Only to the head of the court and to anyone also that's like Libedayig B'Kirbei. Sounds like it's a big year Shemayim. His heart is worried inside. That's what it sounds like. He's never lightheaded. That's what Rashi says. Ikad Amri, that those that say not an option of either this or that. He has to have both. He has to be the Av Bezdin and he needs to be. It sounds like you can have an Av Bezdin that sometimes is like that. Amar Rabami says, Ein Meisin Sisri Torah l'mi sheyesh b'chamisha dvarim. Sisri Torah, secrets of the Torah, is only given over to someone that has 5 things. Sar Chamishim. I think it's going to explain later that it means he's 50 years old. Gemara has to explain this later. Nesoi Panim is a person of favor, v'yoyetz, and he has counsel. Chacham Charashim b'novin lachash. He's a Chacham of Charashim and he understands lachash. Okay, those are person that will that can understand, that can learn the secrets of the Torah. Amar Abami, ein meisen divrei Torah levit kechavim. You can't give divrei Torah to a non-Jew. Yeah, can't teach Torah to a non-Jew. Don't do this for any nations. He did not do this for Mishpatim Bal Yidam. They don't know Hashem's laws. Yeah. So I think the Marsha says here that it's referring to Sisrei Torah, just like what we were referring to before. You're not allowed to teach the non-Jews the secrets of the Torah. That would resolve a lot of issues.
Yeah.
But there are those that learn that, no, this is halacha that they're not allowed to learn any Torah. Then, Rabbi Kiva Eger held like that. He writes Shuvas that's based on the stories in Shabbos where the ger comes to Hillel. It says, convert me while I stand on one foot. Teach me the Torah while I stand on one foot. Hillel converted him first, and then he taught him the Torah because he wasn't allowed to teach him.
So what do you do nowadays?
Nowadays, we teach them Torah, and we're lenient. We don't convert first and then teach them. Yeah, we don't follow that. Rabbi Kiva Eger.
Courts that are required. The law that should enforce is Torah law.
Oh.
So
They would have to know Torah. Yeah. Levi, you want to comment? You have something to comment? Okay. Amalei Rabbi Yochanan l'Rabbi Lazar. Although I did hear a share from Rabbi Ginsburg where he says that the Sheva Mitzvahs B'nai Noach have corresponding Kabbalistic secrets, that they're allowed to learn those as well. That's interesting. So Rabbi Yochanan says to Rabbi Lazar, come, I'm going to teach you the secrets of the chariot. Amalei Leikashai, he says, I'm not old yet. Well, Kikash, when he got old, Nach Nafshei de Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan had already passed away. Amalei Rabasi. Rabasi says, Tava Gamrach b'Maiser Merkava. I'll teach you what's going on in Maiser Merkava, the secrets of the Torah. Amalei Izakoi Gamir to Rabbi Yochanan Rabbach. If I married it, I would have learned it already before from Rabbi Yochanan. Obviously, I didn't merit. Rabbi Yosef have a Gamer Maiser Merkava. Rabbi Yosef had learned the Maiser Merkava. Sabi de Pumbedis Avitani Maiser Bereshis. The elders of Pumbedis, I forgot the name. Maybe it's Rachva. I forget. The Sabi de Pumbedisa. I think it was 2 brothers, Rachva and someone, and their sister was Chaima, I think. You know, that beautiful woman that was married to Abaya. 2 husbands passed away, and yeah. Anyway, so Rabbi Yosef knows this. They know that. Amalei, he says, Amrulei. They said to him, Ligmalan mar Maiser Merkava. Teach us Maiser Merkava. Amalahu. Agman li Maiser Bereshis. Teach me Maiser Bereshis. The secrets of creation. Basada Agman. Okay, so after they taught him, Amalei Ligmar Maiser Merkava. Teach us Maiser Merkava. Amalu Tanina. He says no. The Tanina book, it says Dvash v'chol tachas l'shenecha. I can't. Milk and honey should be under your tongue. Dvarim ha'mesukim dvash v'chol of you tachas l'shenecha. You should have to keep it for yourself. Sort of trick them into learning. And then he doesn't do that back.
So you say that Maiser Bereshis is lower.
It's lower than Maiser Merkava. Yeah, was that acceptable to do that? So there was a story with someone said, I forget, Baal Shem Tov, someone said, the Maggid said, I want to, someone asked him, teach me the secrets of Shofar, of the kavanas of Shofar. They taught it to him. He says, okay, now you're going to blow. He says, no, I don't know how to blow the shofar. I can't blow. So he said, how did you do that? You convinced me you were going to blow the shofar. He says, well, I learned from Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu, he tells Hashem, Hashem says, go to Par. He says, tell me your name. Teach me, tell me your name. So Hashem tells him whatever. He says, okay, now you're going to go. He says, no, kvad peh, I can't speak. Something like that. Okay, so Rabavo Amar Mehacha. Rabavo says from here, kavasim lilvushecha. Sheep will be your clothing. That means probably wool. But dvarim shem kivshayna shalaylim yitachas lilvushecha. The things that are from the secrets of the world should be under your clothing, and shouldn't be revealed. Amrulei, they said to him, Taninan Bahu ad vayomer Elai ben Adam. We have already learned in Yecheskel until that verse, Vayomer Elai ben Adam. Amar lahu, hein meiser merkava. Okay, that's already it. You already know it. You got the meiser merkava. Meisvei ad heichen meiser merkava. Okay, there's a discussion there. How far in Yecheskel, chapter 1, how far does it go? Rabbi Yomer ad Be'era Basra. Rabbi says until the second time it says Be'era. Rabbi Yitzchak ad Chashmal. Until that pasuk of Chashmal. Chashmal is electricity in modern Hebrew.
Right.
And then it's taken from here I don't even know what it would be translated before electricity. Ad Ve'era Migamrinan, until the Ve'era, which was an earlier place that we can teach. Mikan Ve'elach Masrin Rashi Prakim. After that, you can only give the titles, the headings. Ikadamri Ad Ve'era Masrin Rashi Prakim Mikan Ve'elach. Some say that until Ve'era, you only give over the titles, only the headings. After that, he has to learn on his own. If he's able to, then good. If not, not. Midar shinan bechashmal. Are you allowed to study this? There was a child. He was studying chashmal. A light came out and ate him, consumed him. It's different. Electrum.
Yeah.
The electrum. Okay. Now I know exactly what it is. Chashmal is the electrum.
Electron.
Trum. It's chashmal. The Gemara does that sometimes. It says, "What is this?" So it gives me another word, some Babylonian word.
I wonder what the shorsh of
Oh, we're going to say soon. We'll get to shorsh soon. This child was different. He wasn't old enough. He didn't reach the time that he should be able to study. Amar Rav Yehuda Bram. Rav Yehuda says, however, this person, Bram maybe means be'emes. Bram is be'emes. In truth, this person is should be remembered for good. His name is Chanani ben Chizkiel. Malihu nigna sefer Yecheskel. If not for him, Yecheskel would have been put away in the Geniza. Shahiyu Dvar of Seisim Devreter, because there are contradictions in it. Remember those verses? We had it in Menachas. We had, what are the contradictions? It says that any a kohen or something, you can only marry a kohen can only marry a divorce from a kohen, a divorcee from another kohen, not from a son. It's interesting verses. And kohenim should not eat nevela. It said like as if the Yisraelim are allowed. It's a few things that were problematic, and he resolved them, putting commas in different places. And so what did he do? He took 300 measures of oil to use as light to be able to study, and he went into the attic and he worked on it. Yeah, he locked himself in the attic to fix the book of Yecheskel. There's a story. There was a child. He was reading in the house of his teacher the book of Yecheskel. He was understanding the chashmal. The fire of the chashmal came out and burned him. So they wanted to put it away. So this is a dangerous book. Hanani ben Chizkiah said, Im Chacham, if this child was a Chacham, Akol Chachamein, everyone else is a Chacham. No one is going to understand what they're reading anyway. Don't worry about it. My Chashmal, what is the meaning of Chashmal? Amar Rav Yehuda Chayis, Eish Memalles. Sounds like a compound word. Chashmal. It's
Almost fire.
it's fiery angel. It's angels that fire comes out when they speak. Mastisatana itim chashis itim emales. That sometimes these are angels that sometimes they're chash, they're quiet, and sometimes they speak. Apparently, they hear what Hashem wants to tell the prophets, and so they're quiet when they're listening to the message, and then they're mamales. Then they speak it over to the prophets. We're starting to study this. The book of Yechezkel says that the angels run to and fro like the appearance of a flash. Yeah, it's all in Tanya. My Ratziv Shuv, what does it mean to and fro? And they running and returning. Amar Rav Yehuda Ka'ara Yitzim Pia Kivshan. This is like fire that comes out of a furnace. I guess it like sparks out and goes returns. My Kamaria Bazik. What is Bazik? Amar Rav Yisib Rachanina Ka'ara Yitzim Bein Acharasim. Apparently, Bazik could also mean shards. And what they would do when they would they would heat up the gold or whatever, they would put holes in earthenware vessels, and the fire would come through, but the gold would be not on the holes, it would be on the other part. It's like the fire that goes through the shards. And I saw, and behold, there was a stormy wind that came from the north, and a great cloud and a fire, and it was consuming, and it was shining all around, and from inside was like chashmal, from inside the fire. Where was that wind going? Russia was going to put the whole world under the dominion, under the jurisdiction of Nebuchadnezzar. Why did it want to do that? The people shouldn't say that we were conquered by a low nation. We were conquered by the person that conquered the whole world. Who caused that I should end up having to serve the idolaters that Hashem has to make, that everyone should go on, to help Nebuchadnezzar conquer? It's the sins of the Jewish people. Okay, let's leave it over there. By Ve'era Chayes.
What's the source of
Chashmal. They're quiet and speak.
No, I'm saying, but like.
Oh, 3 letters? I don't know.
It's a verb, chashmel.